I see these things like made with AI. Is that statement like a hall pass for you to kind of
No,
do
no,
whatever?
no. I, there's a lot going on in terms of what the standards should be for transparency, but
Mm,
that's more of standards and practices rather than what is actually legal or illegal.
right.
And where there's a lot of uncertainty in the law right now is these AI machines are ingesting all of this material, right? Now,
Yeah.
depending on which program you're using, some of them are working with a more closed environment and some of them are working with the entire internet, right?
Mm,
The ones that are working in a closed environment often are just taking licensed materials and ingesting that to create a learning model, which then spits out material, right?
sure. Sure.
That is less risky and usually legal because you're using stuff that you have a right to use. Your
Because it's
library is
licensed?
contained. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. The other stuff is just grabbing everything that's available in order to create a learning model.
Mm,
And what the law is grappling with right now is that legal? Like, should you be able to grab all of this material from the internet, first to teach the model, and then to create whatever you've asked it to
mm.
create?
Is the struggle because you're taking something from over here, 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 combining this new thing? So is that where the struggle is? Like you're almost creating a new thing? So is that what people, I guess, trying to find the balance between if it's legal or not, because it is
Yeah,
technically a new thing, but it originates from things that have already been created?
right. So let's just take an example. Let's just say I um, I asked the AI machine to make me an artwork in the style of Andy Warhol, right?
Mm,
Now, a lot of these machines now won't do that because of legal issues. It won't say,
sure.
do something in the style, infringe me this, right?
Yeah. Pretty much, right?
Right. But there might be prompts that are less direct that create something that is very Warhol-like, right? Maybe
Mm,
you ask about the particular style, or you
mm,
name people in Andy Warhol's orbit, that it imitates. Maybe you throw in Marilyn Monroe with certain colors
right.
on her face that the machine then understands. Okay, well, they want something Warhol-like, right?
Mm,
So the machine then grabs all the stuff from the internet and creates what you asked it to create. Let's say the Warhol Foundation saw that and said, "This is exactly an Andy Warhol,"
mhm.
right? I think that unless you're putting in very specific prompts that ask it to imitate something in particular, it's grabbing so much different material that if you're asking it to create something original, then it's very, very unlikely that it's actually going to infringe
Right.
anybody else's work because it's just using millions and millions of bits of information to create something new.
Let me ask you, in terms of, say that the estate or whoever it is that says that this is infringing on their copyright, how does the person that created that, I guess, do they have documentation of what they wrote to get that piece of art or whatever they created? How do you
Yeah,
combat that? Because you can't just show the art and be like, this is my original thing. What did you type in to get that thing?
that would be something that would come up in discovery. Like if you
Mm.
filed a lawsuit, you'd
So it's
say, okay,
always
what did you
saved.
put
What
in the
you type is
prompt?
always saved
I'm not
to a
sure,
degree.
but I'm
Mm.
sure that like if somebody did a forensics test, they could probably figure that
Find it.
out.
Yeah.
I think what's less certain and what would be impossible to find out is what went into the machine to create what was created, because
Mm.
a lot of people have come out to say this very publicly. We don't know how these machines are actually creating the
Mm.
works. Like we've created the premise for it, but the learning model is just that. It's constantly evolving and constantly getting better
It's
so
crazy.
that it is creating more creative works.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crazy.